The skies burn red, a sea of fire and thunder tearing open the heavens as Commander Gradim, the Beast King of the Empire's Magical Beast Division, leads 30,000 soldiers into a war that feels more like Judgment Day than conquest. The airships glint like obsidian titans cutting across the clouds. From their decks, soldiers chant, scream, howl, fueled by the presence of one divine terror, Velgrynd, the flame dragon. Her aura doesn't just command respect, it ignites faith. Under her gaze, fear mutates into frenzy. The sight of her turns hesitation into worship. She is both their goddess and their doom. Gradim watches her, lips curling into a grin sharp enough to cut pride itself. To him, this isn't just another campaign. This is vindication. After all his years in exile, after murdering his own father and losing his throne to his brother Carolan, this is his rebirth. Maybe the world is no longer mine for the taking, he mutters, his voice trembling with hunger, but there's no doubt that my moment in the sun is here. His words hang like prophecy, arrogant, desperate, and utterly sincere. For Gradim, strength has always been the only truth worth living for. Bloodline? Worthless. Honor? A cage. In the world of beasts, the only law is survival, and his survival has come at the cost of everything. And yet, despite his brutality, men follow him, because behind his savagery lies something magnetic, something primal. He doesn't inspire love, he infects others with the will to dominate. His three generals embody that infection perfectly. Natsim, the vermilion bird, his lover, his wings, a harpy of demon lord potential, as beautiful as she is cruel, gliding through the skies with grace that hides bloodlust. Baraga, the azure dragon, aged but unyielding, a warrior who fights not for ideals, but for the ecstasy of battle. And Gozaline, the black tortoise, priestess, mage, and shield. Her patience conceals terrifying endurance, her devotion twisted into faith for Gridim's vision. Together, they form a trinity of destruction. Air, water, and earth bound in service to the White Tiger King. Under his command, they aren't soldiers, they're omens. But even omens can't see the storm about to consume them. Gradim dreams of rising beyond his chains. He looks at the Empire's glory and sees a throne waiting for him. In his mind, Emperor Ludora is nothing more than a stepping stone. Yet he's blind to the cruel irony. The one he wishes to surpass is already beneath the shadow of Velgrynd herself. The flame dragon he idolizes, the divine marshal he secretly covets, is the very force he hopes to overthrow. And when he finally understands that truth, a rare thing happens to Gradim. His arrogance falters. I can't win against that kind of power, he whispers to himself, heart hammering in disbelief. She is truly fearsome. For the first time in years, he tastes humility, and it burns. But pride doesn't die easily, especially not his. Gradim suppresses the tremor in his heart and lets the roar of war drown out his doubt. He convinces himself that time is still on his side, that strength is something that can be earned through blood and defiance. So he bares his fangs to the horizon, laughter echoing through the storm as the battle begins. Let the merry feast begin. And with that, the skies break. What follows is carnage painted in impossible colors. Steel shrieks. Magic splits the air. The three generals descend like falling stars, each drawn toward the brightest prey. Their mission is simple: hunt the strong, break the legends, bring their glory to Gradim. Natsim's eyes fix upon the heroes below, figures of myth clashing against the Empire's tide. Her smile glows like sunlight on blood. Baraga's warrior spirit flares as he spots one man standing unbowed amidst the chaos. King Gazelle Dwargo, the Dwarven King. His armor cracked, his blade still steady. Baraga's voice rumbles, beating him would most assuredly boost my fame. But Nazim cuts him with words sharper than claws. That prey belongs to our master. Don't you dare steal his glory. Beneath their jesting lies venom, rivalry disguised as loyalty, the kind of tension that eats at even the strongest alliances. Still, they laugh, pretending the battlefield is a stage for their greatness. Natsim tilts her head skyward, wings ablaze. I, Nassim the Vermilion Bird, am bound to be the first to become a true demon lord. Confidence like that can only exist moments before collapse, because the predators have already become prey. The first to fall is Baraga. His ambition ends in a single thunderous strike. Lightning pierces his chest. Gabble, the reborn Dracolord, standing over him, scales shimmering with raw divinity. The Azure Dragon's pride evaporates in a heartbeat. Gozaline fares no better. Her living armor, the Lorelei she cherished as both shield and soul, is shattered beyond repair. She screams, not from pain, but from the death of purpose. Natsim remains, her flames thrashing against the wind. She faces Sokka, Tempest's silent assassin. Fire meets precision. Fury meets control. Each clash is a symphony of opposites, and for the first time, Natsim realizes that beauty alone cannot save her. Gradim, oblivious to the unraveling of his division, charges through the chaos toward Gazelle Dwargo himself. The king of dwarves stands defiant, sword glinting with ancestral power. Gradim grins, his killing intent overflowing. Your legend ends here, dwarf. But before he can strike, lightning splits the sky once again. Gabble lands between them, eyes blazing. Your disrespect for King Gazelle cannot go unaddressed. The two collide like storms colliding, thunder and fang. Yet even as he fights, Gradim senses something breaking. Not in his body, but in the world around him. His army, the unstoppable force he commanded, has begun to crumble. The tide of the battle has turned, and not through strategy or numbers, but through something far darker. Then it comes. A transmission crackles through the air, Major General Zamdo's voice, trembling, half choked by panic. The Demon Lord Rimuru has done something terrifying. He's summoned hundreds of demons, all greater or higher. At first, Gradim laughs. Nonsense, impossible. Demons that strong don't come in herds. But the report continues, and with each word, the laughter dies in his throat. The demons aren't just summoned, they're evolving. Hundreds of archdemons, organized, intelligent, unstoppable. It defies logic. It defies everything he knows about the world's order. Even Velgryn's flames pale before the truth dawning on him. Rimuru, whom he once dismissed as a mere slime, has rewritten the laws of war. And suddenly, the mighty Beast King understands fear. For the first time in his life, he realizes he has underestimated his enemy so thoroughly that his fate is already sealed. His empire's pride has become its funeral pyre. His soldiers are broken, his generals dead or dying. And above it all, the Demon Lord's abyss spreads across the battlefield, devouring everything. Still, Gradim refuses to kneel. Pride is the last thing he owns. If he must die, he will burn the world with him. And so in a final act of madness, he reveals the true horror behind the Empire's magical beast division. They were never heroes, never soldiers. They were experiments, engineered monstrosities, chimeras born from dissected beasts and enslaved souls, fused through forbidden sorcery and science. The perfect army, built on agony. And Gradim's ultimate creation, his masterpiece, is a single word whispered like a curse, the beast. A secret technique drawn from his own lycanthropic essence. When unleashed, it fuses man and chimera into one. A fusion that promises power beyond imagination, at a terrible cost. 40% die instantly, 30% go berserk, killing friend and foe alike. 20% become beasts forever, neither dead nor alive. And only 1%, 1 in 100, emerge as true Chimera Knights. Gradim knows this. He's seen the deaths, he's heard the screams, but he doesn't hesitate. Because to him, they're not soldiers, they're tools. And even failure serves him. If any go berserk, he snarls, they'll still make fine decoys. It's not courage, it's cruelty disguised as resolve. The transformation begins. Flesh warps, bones twist, wings tear open. The air fills with the sound of agony made divine. Baraga, the azure dragon, thought dead, rises again. His chest still torn open, but now pulsing with an unnatural light. I remain safe thanks to Sir Gradim granting me his almighty power, he boasts, voice half human, half monster. Now let me show you my true form. Scales bloom across his skin like fire. His aura floods the field. The reborn Chimera Knight stands, a grotesque testament to Gradim's science. Beside him, Gradim leaps into the fray, all restraint gone. He no longer fights as a commander. He fights as a beast, a god of rage. Together, man and monster strike at Gabil, their combined fury enough to shake the heavens. But Gabil doesn't retreat. He stands unbroken, lightning coursing through his veins, defiance shining brighter than fear. Enough of this, he roars. Even together, you will realize how invincible I am. That roar tears through despair. It's more than a declaration. It's a promise. That even amidst horror, willpower can still defy creation itself. Around them, the battlefield dissolves into chaos. The world becomes a theater of suffering and glory. And yet, even now, in this pit of madness, something in Gradim still hungers. He sees the destruction he's wrought and mistakes it for victory. He doesn't understand that the trap has already closed, because Rimuru's strategy isn't a battle, it's a harvest. Every soul that falls here fuels something greater. Every spark of despair becomes another offering to the abyss. Gradim doesn't see it yet, but the world he's burning for his pride will soon reveal its reckoning. For now, his laughter echoes one last time through the flames. If this is hell, then I'll be the devil who rules it. The skies roar in answer. The airships begin to fall, one by one. The Empire's pride turns to ash in the storm. And high above the battlefield, Velgrynd watches, not with pity, but with indifference. Her flames do not mourn. They judge. The Beast King wanted vindication. He got extinction. The feast he began has no end, only consumption. The fire, once his ally, now devours his legacy. And somewhere beyond the burning clouds, a demon lord smiles.